Hello everyone, my name is KillDev. This is my very first video, when it comes to Let's Play and YouTube in general. Today I'm going to be starting off on Faster Than Light, a game I was introduced sometime in college. I think it was like my third, fourth year. Really fun game. I've only played on easy. I managed to unlock all the ships. For me it was worth it. I really enjoy this game. Again, I only played it on easy mode, so yeah, my skills with it, not the best. Didn't play it, didn't beat it with every ship yet, but also I think it's a really good way to test the waters, especially seeing as how I can just reset all my data, but I know I can still get all the ships again. So I'll be making maybe 5-10 minute videos depending on how long it takes me to actually play an FTL game. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to go into options and I will delete my profile. So, yep, boom, gone. But this will allow me a nice fresh start. We're going to start with the Kestrel. To be honest, I suck at names, so you know what? I'm actually going to give this a try. I'm going to rename it, and I'm just going to call it the Y-Wing. Yes, I am a Star Wars fan. Well, go figure that one. You can't do a hyphen in the names. Huh, interesting. So, we'll just change that to me, KillDev. Let's see. Who are we gonna name you? We're gonna name you Screw. We're just gonna wait. Ooh, I can customize. And I'm gonna name you after my girlfriend. Yes, I do have a girlfriend. Sorry, ladies. So, and then our last one. This one will be after my brother. This is his usual. That's his usual username for everything. He adds numbers at the end. That's what I do for most of my other gaming accounts, I suppose you can say. Usually, I've always gone by Dutch. In this case, I'm thinking of completely changing up. I took a page out of Sword Art Online. In case any of you have watched it, yes, I watched anime too. Go figure that one. Nerd's a nerd. What are we gonna say? I'm going to enable the advanced content because that's going to give me new systems, weapons, alien races, and allow me to unlock a whole lot more ships. So, how this game is played, you're able to pause the game. You have full control over your crew. You can send them to different rooms. Different rooms provide different power. Right here we have shields. You can have up to 4 blocks, but you need, as you can see over on the side, you need, damn, I can't, alright, over on to the right of the screen, you can actually see that, every 2 blocks, green blocks, is a whole nother shield. Now, what those green blocks are, they're energy, so you do start off with a certain amount of power, energy. Over here you have your engines. It's going to be powering up. It's pretty much evasion chance is what it is. Also, the more power you put into your engines, the faster you will be able to perform faster than light travel, FTL, which is what, if you look over to the right, it says dodge number / FTL. The faster you can hit your faster than light jump, the faster you can move on to the next system. And what you want to try to do is you're trying to outrun the Federation or Rebels or something like that. I can't remember the story. We'll go over the story, of course. Essentially, you're outrunning the bad guys, trying to get vital information to the good guys. Here we have our oxygen. Yes, you can lose oxygen. Your people can suffocate and die. You'll actually notice up on the ship that there are doors leading to the outside of the ship that you can open and vent the air, because fires can start in any of those rooms. It's also a great way to suffocate any invaders. Yes, people can invade your ship as well. Here we have our weapon controls, just more system powers. And here we're going to go over our weapons now. We have the Artemis. It uses a missile, which is actually one of the weapon systems that features a ammo system. It ignores shields, which is great. However, as you can see, it does give some stats. It takes 11 seconds for it to charge. It requires only 1 power. It requires a missile. It does 2 damage when it finally hits it. Now, the shield piercing, what it means by that is that it will go through 5 layers of shield, but a maximum a ship can have is 4. So that's why I say that it ignores shields, because it always pierces through them. There's a low chance of creating a fire. There's also a low chance of breaching the hull. Now, what that means is that it will puncture a hole in there, and that room will start to lose air, lose oxygen. And then stun chance, chance to actually stun your crew and make it so that way you can't move them around. Now, your crew, you can send them to different positions and repair any sort of hull breaches, try to put out fires, or repair any of these systems. So let's continue on. We have a med bay, great for healing up your people. Usually at the end of every little dogfight you have, you will actually pretty much send them to the med bay. There's only 3 spots though, so if you have a quite large crew, you won't be able to heal them all at once. Now, with the advanced content, however, there is something called a clone bay that you can get. The clone bay, however, heals your crew per jump, I believe, but you can't heal them until you actually can't heal them in process. They only heal them for a certain amount per jump. So what most people do, that they have a clone bay and they see that their crew is almost dead, they'll actually put them to like one of these outside rooms and just vent the air and kill them off, because the clone bay will bring them back full health. Here you have your piloting system. So in order for your FTL to charge, in order for your FTL to charge, you do need to have your engines up and running. Now, in order to use your FTL, you have to have your engines up and running, and you have to have your piloting system good to go. Piloting allows the ship to make FTL jumps and dodge when piloted. Upgrading adds autopilot that allows some evasion even without a pilot. So, point is, you have someone up there, you're going to have more evasion. So, that's good. However, if you decide to invest, 70 scrap, that's what that little gear is. It's called scrap. It's the currency of the game. If you decide to actually put in that 70 scrap, you'll have, 80% evasion with, I believe, with a pilot there, or is it without? Possibly without, but even still, that's still fairly good. Oh no, auto percent. So while it's on automatic, I suppose 80% evasion. That's still very good. You'll eventually discover, and especially in the last level, the boss level, that being able to evade that stuff, very good. Here we have our sensors. I always call them the camera system, whatever. Yeah, you can tell I like FNAF, except the only thing is I like to watch the videos. I don't actually play them, not my cup of tea. So sensors reveals the interior of your ship, gives you information about enemy ships. So right off the bat, if you have a system, you can see your interior. Now it gives 3 different levels. After 25 scrap, 40 scrap, and that hyphen. This is one of those systems that if you put someone in there, there's a little boost. It's called having a system manned. When you man a system, you do get a little boost out of it. We'll check it out once we get into the game, because you are able to pause it whenever you need to. So you can do like quick little pauses. So with no one in there, you're able to see your interior of your ship. at level 1, we'll call it, because you can either have level 1 due to upgrading it through scrap, or level 2. You can either get it through scrap, or you can have it through having a person man it. So much for the 5 to 10 minute video. Sorry, folks. Go figure. Introductions. Level 3, you're actually level 2, you're actually able to see the inside of the enemy ship, which is great. Especially if you need to figure out who's the weak point, because right now we're just a species of humans. There are a few different species, some that are better at fighting than others, and some that are just absolutely terrible at fighting. So that way you can, if you have a teleportation system, you can send your people there, or you can use your guns, your weapons, to attack a system that is less likely to be fortified and repaired very quickly. At level 3, you're actually able to see where your enemy's weapons are with their charge level. A little bit handy. You can tell when you're about to get bursted down. If you were to do that, then then what you would be doing, you would be moving all your power from shields and from engines to your weapon system. Hopefully your weapons would be able to charge quick enough, and then you'll be able to fire off volleys fairly quickly without fearing of when they're going to be ready to kill you. There's actually you actually really don't need that level of sensors, because if you take a look at this gun right here, you'll actually notice there's 6 green lights, but as it charge ups, those lights will go from red to green. Once it hits green, it's going to be ready to fire. So that's way you'll actually know when the enemy will be ready to attack you. At level 4, you're actually able to see how the enemy uses up their power. Honestly, if you were to actually even upgrade it at all, it would only be to level 2. Otherwise, level 1's the most important, so that way you can actually see where there's fires. Now, like I said, I have unlocked all ships. There are some ships that don't even have level 1 sensors. So, I mean, it makes things quite difficult when you can't see if there's any fire or breaches anywhere. Then we get to the door system. Right now, they're normal doors. People just pass through them. Level 2, you have blast doors, which are the doors that you're actually able to control whether or not people can get through. Your crew will always be able to pass through your doors. Enemies, however, that teleport onto your ship won't be able to go through a level 2 or higher door. Door system allows remote opening and closing of doors, upgrades to blast doors that impede fire spread and intruder movement. So yeah. So earlier I did talk about the Artemis. I should probably mention the burst laser too. This is actually a really good one. The burst laser Mark II takes 2 power, 12-second charge time. Yes, the charge time kind of sucks, but it fires 3 shots. And that is actually very, very good when trying to deal with some of these earlier ships that will have either no shields or 1 or 2 shields. Because if it has only 2 shields but a low evasion, it will always deal damage. So, well, without further ado, sorry for the long-winded, but just showing people. So, here we go. The data you carry is vital to the remaining Federation fleet. You'll need supplies for the journey, so make sure to explore each sector before moving on to the next. But get to the exit before the pursuing rebel fleet can catch up. And then tip targets, so blah. You're able to aim where you're going to actually fire your weapon on the enemy ship. Now, because like I said, most ships are gonna have low shields, we're only gonna put power into the burst laser 2 and then power into our engines for more evasion. Now up here they did start off with some scrap. This is our fuel, how many times we can jump. This is the number of missiles, how often we can use the Artemis. And then these are drones. You can get a drone subsystem. It's going to cost money to put into it, but with it, you're able to have drones that will last the entire fight and just essentially orbit your ship. There are attacking drones, shielding drones, so it's interesting. Drones can make for a very interesting fight, but it depends also if your ship is kind of equipped for this. The Kestrel, or in our case the Y-Wing, is a very standard ship. So here we're going to take a look at some subsystems. Here we go. Piloting requires a crew member to evade in combat or jump. Level 1 needs pilot. So right now we have, when it's manned, we have +5 evasion. So yeah. So you can tell what system's manned by these little these little heads. So right here, when it's manned, we get another +5 evasion on the engines. When the weapons, we get 10% faster charge. So that means our burst laser, which is 12 seconds if I remember correctly, becomes 10.5. Now if shields, let's see, we're actually going to go ahead and we're going to move, just for grins and giggles, just to show the effect of the manned, we're going to move crypt over to shields. And so now shields is manned, and we get 10% faster recharge on our shields. You know what? Because we only have one shield, the faster the shield recharge, the better. Go for more of a defensive thing, because once that burst laser is up, it will just wreck. Alright, without further, let's go ahead and make our first jump. Most likely I'll be cutting the video off after our first battle. Alrighty, so right off the bat, these are different jumps that we can make, different sectors. Now we can either go to the store, which is pretty pointless, seeing as how we really don't have much scrap to even buy anything with. So I wouldn't even bother with that. Now we can actually map out where we're going to go. Usually the more stops you make before you get to the exit, the better. Because that's more chance to get more scrap, more weapons, more crew. Yeah, you can pick up crew along the way too. Pretty cool. So really, because the store is pointless, however, we would have easier access into this whole nebula, which the nebula here, makes the fleet pursuit slower, but you lose access to your sensors. So I mean, risk reward. Here's the exit. These are all the different stars that could possibly link up to it. So I'm going to go here, probably then head north, hit the nebula up a bit, and then come down. You recognize the ship as a well-known slave trader. He hails you and offers laborers for cheap. Buy one slave and free them to join your crew. Attack the slaver scum. Ignore the slaver and continue on your way. So, something about this, I could pay 30 scrap and I would get an NG. They have each species does have a little unique thing about them, and NGs are actually fairly good ship support. Now I can either get another crew, which will be great. If I attack him, there's a chance, most likely I'm going to end up blowing up a ship, which will kill off should probably kill Bigby and any other slaves that are currently on it, along with the crew, which, I don't know, sure, I get some scrap, but I then lose a potential person to keep my crew going, and if I lose that, well, eek. Or I can just ignore him. I'm actually going to buy him. So we're going to have a new crew member. Alright, and that'll be it for this video. The next video, we're going to start off by naming our new crew member and placing him somewhere within the ship. And then we will continue on with our journey to get the data to the Federation. Have a good one, folks.